And we are live. What's up, Archer? How are you doing today on this Monday afternoon?
I'm doing great. Woke up this morning, hit ranked, had good breakfast, and then I took a nap for most of the day.
That sounds like a
I,
great
I
day.
probably I probably woke up like 2 hours ago.
2 hours? That's not bad, man.
Like
Like,
it,
I
it
wish
was a pretty long nap.
I wish I could have been there. Not there napping with you. I mean, don't clip that. Don't clip that. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, like I wish I could have been in that position taking a nap for 2 hours. But
yeah,
as you know, this episode is going to be This Week in Reddit. We have worked, well, not worked really. We have extended the show to twice a week. So the first part of the week, we're going to do topics from Reddit. We're just going to cover those, answer those questions. Unfortunately, Justin couldn't be here right now. He might be able to come in a little bit. However, we're going to go ahead and get started. This Wednesday, we have Chicken Lady coming onto the show. So hopefully that will be a good time.
yeah.
So you ready to do this?
I'm ready to dive in.
All right. So we're gonna. There we go. Can you see the documents?
Yeah, I have it
All
pulled
right.
up on my computer too.
Okay. Cool. I just wasn't sure because I can't see without this matrix infinite loop going on.
Yeah,
So obviously this week in Reddit, the first topic is going to be tanks getting bad end of the deal. I know you were reading through some of this, but this comes
yeah.
from whoa, wow. It says the next patch is amazing, but it feels like tanks got the bad end of it all. Last big patches, ADCs got items to melt quicker, and this patch they're getting runes to also melt people quicker, along with shields and whatnot. I already feel like tanks are in a pretty bad spot because the lack of runes and lack of items. Now ADCs are getting some other stuff. It really does feel like tanks won't be able to be tanks anymore. I could be wrong, but that's just my pure opinion. So
Hmm.
what do you think about that? Oh, let's take you off the screen.
Well, I kind of don't know what he means by ADC's got items because last patch, Hullbreaker and Divine were the only items added, and those were more for fighters and assassins like Aurelia and champions like that. I don't see anybody using those on ADCs, and so I don't think last patch really helped ADC. A lot of people are doing like ADC Hullbreaker top, like Akshan and Vayne and stuff like that, but it's not as common. Now for this patch, I heard that from someone from the Korean server said that Kraken Slayer is complete garbage. It doesn't do like any damage at all. But then Lethal Tempo, I am excited for that. I think Lethal Tempo is really going to up the ADC game. I don't think it's going to make the ADC role broken, and I don't think it's going to have much effect on tanks. Like Giant Slayer is definitely going to hurt tanks, but not as much as people think.
I actually got into somebody. I don't want to say it was an argument over this, but pretty much I had gone down and said so tanks aren't going to be able to one shot people anymore. Um, I've seen
Yeah.
Malphites come in AP full. Well, I don't want to say full AP Malphites because they're not really tanky, but I've seen Malphites come in and absolutely destroy an
Yeah.
AD carry with one combo. Um, so
Yeah.
hopefully we stay away from that.
And also they're adding ultimate defense, which I don't know if you know what that does, but
Mhm.
basically when you activate an ult, it gives you a shield for a short duration. And so on something like Malphite, who can ult into a fight, he's going to ult in and immediately get a shield. And so that's going to help tanks kind of stay viable. But yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to one shot anymore either. And in my opinion, I don't think a tank should be able to one shot anyway. Like that's not their purpose. And
I agree.
so I think people are just going to have to start learning to play tanks as a tank rather than a beefy fighter or something like that. Like
Yeah,
I
like
see
when
people, yeah, I see people playing Malphite and just ulting in and fighting
mhm.
rather than just waiting to engage a fight and help their team and tank damage and do that. Or like Alistair, I'll see Alistair players jump in and like 1v5 and then die. Like that's not what you're supposed to do. You got to wait for your team.
Exactly. And then you see people like Garen. Garen doesn't do the most amount of damage, but he's so hard to kill because he's so fast and so tanky. So having some counterplay to Garen might be a great thing.
I agree. That goes with champions like Darius too, or one sec. You kind of lagged.
Oh, am I lagging?
Yeah, your frame just kind of
Oh boy.
was cutting a little bit. It's fine now.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, but like against like Darius or Jarvan or Xin Zhao or the like engagers, it's definitely going to help with that because there's nothing I hate more than a Xin Zhao coming in and just being unkillable and everybody wasting their cooldowns on just him, just to have his 4 other teammates come in and wipe us out.
Yeah. Sorry. Am I still lagging?
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good now.
Okay. Cool.
It was just for a second, like your frame just kind of froze up.
Good. We don't need my ugly face frozen on the screen. Yeah. So I don't think tanks are going to get the short end of the stick. They really were talking about support tanks. So we'll see how that goes. Moving on.
But even then though, like I don't like because if you have someone like Alistair or Malphite who with ultimate defense, I think ultimate defense is gonna like really kind of change the support tank game. Because you're going to have so much sustain early on, especially if you're like a Leona and who likes engaging early on. You're going to have so much survivability that you can stay in a little longer than you would without it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you stay up on this stuff because there's so much stuff going on my end that it's hard. It's really hard to stay on top of all this stuff. We got 2 folks. Let's go.
Let's see.
Go ahead and paste that to Yami. So moving on to the next topic. All right. Can you see it on the screen?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. This is from Pasta Blast. It says, to the players who haven't played LoL PC and just heard of Pyke, please don't be mad that Pyke support players for stealing your kills. When he gets released, he has a reputation of kill stealing in LoL PC, him being an assassin support and all. His ult is a great help for cleaning up a team fight, or if the enemy you're trying to kill is too out of your range. As long as you help him get a takedown, you get a cut of the gold received by him. So a lot of people don't know that when it comes to Pyke. A lot of people don't know him in general because a lot of people haven't played League of Legends. So it's going to be really cool to see him come in because he has a stealth. It's pulling Yummy. Okay. What's up, Yummy? Oh, we'll wait for him to get that done. Hello?
Hi.
Okay. Good. There we are. So how do you feel about Pyke coming into the game?
Well, I'm someone who hasn't played LoL PC, but I have kind of kept up with some of the news and stuff surrounding the new patch. Very excited for the Dawnbreaker ribbon skin. Pyke specifically, I don't know. I think it depends on how much damage he does, because otherwise he's just going to take kills. And his ult does give bonus gold to those who assist him. I think it's really going to come down to numbers, what the numbers are.
Yeah.
I think he'll definitely change up the sort of flow of bot lane or dual lane. But I'm not sure if he's going to be super broken. I think that it depends on numbers.
I don't know. We don't see a lot of assassins burst people down right away. Maybe Zed, but Pyke's able to be
like I play Zed a lot, and I have even if I'm full build, even if I have like 10 plus kills, it's still really hard to burst people down just because of how the game works and how fast paced it is. And there's so many. It feels like every champion in the game has some sort of CC, and so assassins are kind of a dying breed.
I can see
Some
that.
assassins have CC. Doesn't Pike have CC?
Yes,
Yeah, he does.
has
That is true.
two forms of CC. So he has the hook, where if you get close enough and like hook at close range, it'll actually flip you over him. So it'll put you on the other side of him. He also has a taunt or a dash. It's kind of like Shin's dash, except it's a little bit delayed.
That
yeah,
is
support
actually
side of him
interesting.
coming in.
Yeah.
Can you repeat that one more time?
I guess that's the support side of him coming in.
Yeah, absolutely. And he has a stealth, so that's going to make things a lot more interesting. Seeing him pop up out of nowhere. He's kind of like a Thresh in the sense of his hook, but I think it's a channel as well, so it's a wind up.
Yeah, I've seen the gameplay. It's like a Varus arrow is how it works. So you charge it up, and the longer you charge, the more range it has.
Hold on 1 second. My cat is locked in the room with me. Distract everybody quick. Tell a joke.
I don't know any jokes. Yami, you got a joke?
Why did the chicken cross the road?
I'm not sure why.
Because it was running away from Aurelia.
That's probably true.
Or just insert broken champion here.
Master Yi. But does Master Yi catch the chicken because he's so fast when he pops his ultimate?
Probably.
Let me move my pop filter back. Okay. So hopefully that'll have me stop breathing into the microphone. So we're gonna move back to this screen, back to this screen, back to this screen. And this one's gonna be Karen from HR. That's such a great name. It says, does Olaf need a nerf? So every time
absolutely.
I like the ones that complain. I really do. Olaf has been my go-to ban. I don't know if it's the attack speed, the CC removal, the new DD plus DS equating to insane heal, or just his god-awful sound effects, but the dude is borderline too oppressive. And before the Smarty Pants says just CC him, you can't. You literally can't. So how do you feel about him being too oppressive?
He's definitely really strong. I think there are champions that are more broken than him right now, but I think he definitely is one of those that is too strong.
He deserves a nerf. Like he needs it. I think really the only thing I find annoying is his true damage.
Yeah, I guess you could lower that or something, but I feel like maybe the trade-off would be, because it's called Reckless Swing and it's supposed to hurt him as well, but it's like an insignificant amount that he takes.
Yeah.
So I feel like he first of all, he's immune to CC, which you can't really get rid of that. That's his kit. But he is so tanky, has so much sustain, and does so much damage, and that his Q or whatever it is just on such a fast cooldown. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think he could be a little bit oppressive. I don't think he is. I think in the right hands, he's definitely going to be oppressive. If you're a really good jungler, that's different than if you're mid tier or you're new to the role. A lot of people discount him in top lane. I think he's a hell of a great top laner.
Yeah, because with his axe throw, he can poke people. And it does a lot of damage. I feel like people dismiss how much damage the axe does.
Yeah, I agree. Especially when he gets really low HP, that his auto attack does a lot of damage as well. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next one, which is going to be titled. Swap you over. I think that's it. I think I'm getting good at this. Okay, cool. Sorry, thank you for everybody for sticking with us through technical difficulties. This is our first time on Restream in quite a while, so I want to make sure we're doing it the right way. And hello to everybody who just came in. Preston, Bridges, Lucifer, how's everything going? This is from Relative Ad 7531. It says, why Wild Rift players are so close-minded about off-meta picks? When I talk about off-meta picks, I'm not talking about things like Vi support or things like that. I'm talking about actual off-meta picks that are viable, like Vygar APC or Sett support, etc. I normally don't use off-meta picks, but when someone in my team uses one, there is always someone angry or even throw the game because it was a lose from the very start, just because the mid laner decided to use Tristana or Misfortune and is starting to be annoying. What do you think about that, Archer, Mr. Off-meta?
I think it's definitely an issue. The thing is, people don't know how to differentiate off meta from troll. Because something like he mentioned it, Vi support. I think Vi support is a troll pick. I don't think it's viable at all. I don't think it will ever be viable in Wild Rift. Because Vi she needs to farm. She needs to get her items in order to actually deal damage. Because that's her whole kit. She's a fighter. She's not a tank. She's not someone who just wants to dive in and tank up a ton of damage. She can do that. She can tank a lot of damage, but it's not her purpose. Whereas something like Sett support, that's viable because he has the CC, he has the tankiness, he has what it takes to be a support.
Yeah, Bridges said in chat that Olaf's ult is 30 seconds at full build, so he's free from CC at every team fight late game. Maybe he does need a nerf.
Yeah, I think that should definitely be at least like at 15 should be like 50-second cooldown. Like
Preston said,
at full build, Shen, I find it so annoying with Shen at full build. His teleport is like still like seconds, like 60 to 70 seconds, depending how you build him, and it's annoying. There's so many times when you're like, I have to wait another like 20 seconds to get it. Has this 3-second cooldown, using it every single team fight.
I think you're lagging, Archer.
Yeah, you're a little crunchy on my end.
Yeah,
your video, your audio's fine.
Yeah, your audio's fine, but your videos, it's ugly like me. Yummy, what do you feel about?
Oh yeah, I can see it on this stream.
I mean, I like playing things that are not standard, so to speak.
Yeah,
I'll play Ari support occasionally. I think she's better on PC for sure. She just doesn't have the items here. I think for reference, talking about all those people who are like, oh, off meta, lost game. I think it has, I mean, obviously it's a culture thing, and the culture of the game. And I feel like it's, just taking a guess at it, I would wager it is a lot of these people who are just going on YouTube and searching up, oh, look at Darkbreaker, Hell's Devil, and they just look, oh, OP build. Oh, this hero's broken. This champion's broken. Oh, this is the only build. And you know, I mean, I'll go to players that I like on YouTube, and I'll see, oh, okay, this champion, they're good at this champion. I like how they play this champion. I'll take their build. But you also have to think about, okay, this has worked for them, maybe not for me. And I feel like a lot of these players who are just going and looking at videos of like challenger players and just, you know, taking down their word as scripture and not thinking for themselves, I feel like they just get very tied up in the kind of clickbait meta. You know, X champion is broken, X build is the best, and they put more weight into that than into knowing how to actually play the game, which is what matters the most.
Absolutely.
You can get by on a not optimal champion. And if you know what you're doing and are good at macro and know how to play the game, you're going to outperform the meta champions who are being played by people who only know how to play that champion based off a video and don't understand the game.
Yeah.
Lucifer Wild Rift said, what do you guys think about Senna posters and her overall place in Wild Rift talking about Master plus Elo? I'm not exactly sure what the posters mean.
I don't understand that either.
If you re-clarify that, what you mean exactly.
Maybe he means people who post about Senna, or like, I don't know.
Could be. If you clarify that, I'd be more than happy to answer your question.
Yeah. Preston just made a good point here, that most people don't realize how many games like these YouTubers have on certain champions, because they can say like, oh, this champion is broken, this build is broken, but most of the time they're going to have like hundreds of games on those champions. They're going to know what they're doing, and these people aren't going to understand that. They're not going to understand that they need the experience, need the time played to actually get good. When I first started playing the game, that's what I did. I'd look at these videos and I'd pick these champions and pick these builds, and I'd go in and I'd lose, and I'd be like, I've been lied to. This is a lie. Why am I losing? This is supposed to be like so easy to use. This is supposed to be getting me wins. What's going on? And then that's when I started actually investing time in learning the game itself, rather than just picking a champion, picking a build based off of meta.
Absolutely.
One thing I will say about off-meta picks I just thought of is when you look at like when people in LCS or like challenger players who like run an off-meta pick, usually it's for a specific reason. It's not just, oh, I want to play this champion. It's usually because they look at the team comp or the situation of the game. Yeah. They're like, oh, this champion, which is not normally good, works in this situation.
Yep. Yeah. So to touch on the point that Preston brought up, like you said, you don't know how many hours that somebody has invested into these, characters. Chances are the people who are making the guides are a little bit more knowledgeable about the game. They have played the game. You don't just start a YouTube channel and get subscribers by not knowing what you're doing. You just because Faker does something doesn't mean you can do it. Doesn't mean I can do it. Exactly. Doesn't mean challenger players can do it. Yeah. It's the exception to the rule, not the rule itself.
It also doesn't mean you understand why he did that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which I think is the most important thing there.
Exactly.
A good example of what Nami just said. If you look at League of Legends PC, when Caps picked Vayne mid during, I don't remember who they were against, but in one of the, I think, championship matches, he picked Vayne mid, and he just popped off and they won. But that doesn't mean everybody can just pick Vayne mid. That doesn't mean it's going to be broken or anything. He just knew, like, oh, this is he recognized the moment and he went for it.
Yeah, Lucifer said he has Hells in friends list. He checked his stats on the champ created guide for this season. He was like 50 games with a 36% win rate. I don't want to say it's clickbait because I like Hells. He's a good dude. But a lot of what I see is people just having a really good game and creating a guide based off that game. It doesn't matter the 10 games we lost previously.
I don't think that's too bad, because like there's certain people who are really good at explaining how a champion can work and explaining macro, but they're not that good at the game itself. And so, like, if Hells creates a guide off of a champion and he has like a 30% win rate off of it, I'm not going to dismiss that as clickbait. I'm still going to take his opinion, and I'm still going to listen to it and see what I can learn from it, because he's experienced. He's a challenger player, and he knows what he's talking about. Sometimes he gets stuff wrong, but everybody gets stuff wrong.
It's a matter of opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, moving
To some
on.
extent, all YouTube is clickbait. I think when we say clickbait, we're thinking of like the really kind of obnoxious, blatant ones. But I mean, to some extent, you kind of have to play the YouTube game and
Oh yeah,
make appealing thumbnails and video titles.
yeah. If it's boring, it's not going to get clicked, and then no one's ever going to watch it. Unfortunately. So moving on, skins that make you terrified to go up against by JJ Baller. I feel like there are a few skins in this game that always overperform their respective lanes whenever I face people that use them. For example, Muay Thai Lee Sin, whenever he's on the enemy team, he always manages to steal dragons or objectives. It just feels like the guy is everywhere at every time on the map, always ganking, always making plays. Another one would be Crime City Graves. Never seen a bad Graves using the skin. God King Darius 2 would be an honorable mention, as I always see them win lanes and carry games at Elo Master or at higher Elo Master Plus. Low Elo is a hit or miss. Are there any other skins that might make one feel this way?
I will say the reason
I
for
immediately forget
this.
every skin in the game.
Yeah, I feel the reason for this is the fact that most people who actually have skins, not like specific skins, but just have skins, they put money into the game to get those skins. And by putting that money, they feel like they have to invest time as well to actually get the investment out of it. So it's not just money down the drain. And so they spend hours and spend their time learning their champions to their fullest and trying to be as good as they can. And that's why they feel like they're so good, because they are. Like, it's not the skin that's changing them. It's this fact that they put money into the game to get those skins. And so now they feel like they have to practice and practice and be as good as possible.
I have
if you look at it, go ahead.
Oh, I have 4 Kaisa skins, but I cannot play the champion to save my life.
If you look at it the other way, though, I think most people buy skins for the champions that they like the most, and those are also going to be the champions that they play the most and are the best at.
Yeah.
People who spend money on the game are already more invested in it.
Yeah. There's another side to it, though, because I feel like it's kind of a roulette, because when I see someone with a skin, I either think, oh, they put money into the game, they put time into it, they know what they're doing. But then there's the people who just get a free skin chest and then they think they have to play that champion. If I had a penny for every time I've seen a Yasuo with a Blood Moon Yasuo skin, and he just goes like 0-20, like I'd probably have enough money for every skin in the game. So it's those two extremes.
For me, it's got to be the Tryndamere skin, the one, the Glory Tryndamere. Definitely really strong. Or Ashen Lord Aurelian Soul. If you see an Ashen Lord Aurelian Soul, chances are it's a really good player.
Yeah. Or
I feel like whenever I see Aurelian Soul in ranked, it's a good Aurelian Soul, because no one plays Aurelian Soul.
Except Archer.
Yeah. Yeah, I just got the Storm Dragon skin, and so I've been throwing him in ranked every now and then.
Yeah, I really enjoy the Muay. Lucifer says that they're a Muay Thai Lee Sin enjoyer, and I really enjoy that skin as well. I can't wait until the Storm's Fist or whatever Lee Sin comes in. It might be the Storm Dragon Lee Sin, because the skin looks phenomenal on PC. I would so play it.
Yeah. Oh, the Storm Dragon one looks it looks amazing, and the gameplay just feels great. And the way the stars look when they float around you, because they're like almost like ice, like spikes or something, like, and it just looks weird. I don't know what they're called, but it just looks so cool.
I feel like the ones that concern me the most are when it's like a legendary skin on a champion who is not typically a scary champion, like legendary skin Lux or something, because in the right hands, those champions can be pretty good, and people don't tend to buy the skins for those champions because they're not popular. But I feel like the probability of, say, a Crystal Rose Lux being a one trick Lux main, or just someone who plays Lux a lot and really knows how to play the champion and is good at the game, is a lot higher than someone who's bought a skin for a popular champion.
I agree. Lucifer Wild Rift says now Singe has became meta in esports. I think that's the C region.
Team Queso, I watched Team Queso's Barcelona game, and they had a singed mid. I don't remember. I think it was Team Queso, but they had a singed mid, and it was weird because he just went AP with like a few tank items, and it was just so weird watching their everything worked. It looked sloppy at times, but at times it just looked really good.
Yeah, Singe is an interesting one. I've seen him a lot more in ranked lately, and I've seen a lot more people playing Singed and having like 60% plus win rates this season on Singed.
Bridges said any champion with a global ult in their right hands is terrifying no matter what. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my computer is
another
dying.
thing you have to always pay attention to during the game.
100%. I think my computer's dying on me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's not good. This comes from Flaky Crust. It says, "Oh my god, vision wards underhyped part of the patch. Vision wards are going to be a huge game changers. I might not even permaban Evelyn anymore. We will see how it all fleshes out, but I'm hopeful for these updates. What's your favorite part of the patch?" How do you feel about the wards?
I think it's cool.
Or just wards in general?
Control ward. Yeah, I think it's talking about the control ward.
Yeah,
that's what it's talking about. I think it's a good addition. I had to Google it because I didn't know if it could spot Evelyn, but it does. And so, I mean, that you could one could think that they did that on purpose just to lower the Evelyn meta, because it's annoying having to deal with Evelyn every match if you don't ban her.
Well,
and her invisibility is just annoying.
I think that's more because of the skin. Before the skin, people were playing Evelyn sometimes, but not every game.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What I'll say about the control ward, I think there's a lot of people who are. I've seen a lot of people like, oh, it's gonna like totally change the game, and it's gonna be this massive thing. And I think because they're just making it another trinket option, I don't feel like it's going. I feel like it's going to have a big impact, and I think it's going to be good for the game and interesting. But I don't think it's going to be that drastic, because just thinking about when you're using it, it is a visible ward, so you have to be careful about where you're placing it.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking the other day, if I'm playing against a Teemo, you probably want to take a control ward now instead of sweeping lens. And I thought, well, you also have to be careful. It's not that clear cut, because you can place it down and you'll see where his traps are, but you have to be kind of careful about where you place it, because otherwise he'll just shoot it down.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to be definitely more for vision control around objectives, or it's going to be for those deep wards where you finally get a roam into the enemy jungle, and you can drop it in one of the brushes that most people don't even check, just along the path of the enemy jungler.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Like if you're a mid laner, and instead of going for like a Raptor ward, you could go for like later in the game, you can swap your vision ward for a control ward and just put it right behind the red buff on the enemy side, because most people don't even check there for wards. And so you just put that there and you can see everything going on. And if someone like drops a ward near the pit, like towards the backside, I think it would be good for stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll have to make a vision guide about where you can drop them. Where's like a good place to drop them.
Yeti gave me a like map. Like he took the map and put like markers for where each ward would work best. I could actually send that to you.
Yep, that would work.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I think the important thing to note is that it's not permanent vision on camouflage. It's a periodic scan. I'm not sure what the timing on that is, but if it's significant, then it only scans every 10 seconds for even if it's 10 seconds off, 10 seconds on, you know, that's half the time that scanner is not picking up camouflage champions.
Yeah. Yeah, and that time, you know, Evelyn could go kill her raptors and then get out of the way, because it only takes like a couple seconds to take out a camp.
Okay. So this next one I titled "Just Say No to Nautilus." So Nautilus and Pike are not coming? Question mark. My girlfriend. This is from Austin. Sorry if I mispronounced that. My girlfriend plays Wild Rift, and she found a blog that was lacking the source that told patch 3.2 would only include Echo, Nautilus, and Pike would come in sometime in June. I don't think this is legit. However, I'm quite confused. Can someone confirm or deny this? Tekshi said Echo's coming first, and then Pike and Nautilus will be released together a month afterwards. So anyone who's worried about Pike right away, I guess you really don't have to.
Yep. That sounds correct from what I remember from the video.
Yep. I'm excited for Echo though. I am really excited for Echo. A different play style champion. I might go pick him up and start smurfing on him or something.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next one. I titled this one "Say It Louder." Click you here. Okay, cool. This is from 3AZAWZ. It says, having a good time playing the game. Like the title says, just play to get better and have fun. Sometimes I get tryhards that feed, sometimes idiots, AFK, etc. But unlike the posts I keep seeing, it's not the end of the world. Opposing team usually isn't that much better than yours, and you're not that much better than your peers. Everyone has bad games. Don't flame. Turn off chat. It's never used to coordinate. Put any challenger player in any account, and he will consistently reach challenger. Get good, but most importantly, don't be toxic. 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you, I browse Reddit a lot. I'm always on Reddit. A lot of people know me on Reddit now. Where's I going to go with this? All I see constantly is just people complaining about champions, complaining about their teammates, just complaining. It's nice to see a post that someone's actually talking about. Play the game. Just play the damn game. It's a fun game. Play the damn game. So can Pike be viable for jungle? Any thoughts?
I don't have enough information on Pike to know jungle.
So I know G2 had played him in every role except for, I think, jungle, and Yankos finally played him because the game really didn't matter. I think he can be viable in jungle, but I'm not 100% sure. And you're absolutely right, Insulin. 90% of Reddit is people complaining, and it's frustrating because I'm trying to post content on there. Damn it.
It's really going to come down to the numbers and his clear speed.
Is that what you said? You're looking it up?
No.
Oh, it depends on his numbers.
Yeah.
So this one's right up Archer's alley. This is going to be an esports related one. And this comes from Defiant Diver 6041. It says Wild Rift Esports will have their first global championships in June, and the teams are stacked. I don't think this is the first global championship because I think the Horizon Cup was. But regardless, the WRL China is going to send Fun Plus Phoenix, JD Gaming, Nova Esports, and J Team. Southwest Asia is sending Team Flash Wolves, RRQ, and Burium United. Korea's Rolster Y Kwadong Freaks T1. Yes, that T1. Brazil is Omega Esports, Keed Stars, and Liberty, which I'm surprised TSM's not on there, considering they went to the Horizon Cup. Anyway, it doesn't. Wild Rift European is Team Queso, Rix, and Game Lord. Latin America is Leviathan, Furious, and Stamina. We actually used to scrim Stamina in 16-bit, so this is actually pretty cool to see them going. Japan's Goku Gaming, Donuts, USG, and we're sending Immortals and Sentinels. I'm not sure how fair it is that China gets to send 4 teams and Southeast Asia gets to send 4 teams. Korea and Brazil sending 3 teams. Even Europe, Japan only gets to send 2. I don't know the rules behind that. North America only gets to send 2, so that's even less of a chance of winning the thing because you don't have nearly as many representatives there from your region. How do you guys feel about that?
I mean, I imagine it probably comes down to how big the population of teams is. Like, I'm sure those other regions that are sending more teams have more teams than in North America.
Yeah. I mean, that could very well be it. It might be the population size of people playing, the representation, but it just sucks knowing that we can only send 2 people, whereas other regions get to send 4 people. So it could be because the game has been out longer in those regions. I'm not entirely sure, but I would love it if someone from Riot could explain that to us on the show live. Somebody.
I like the lineup. I do like the lineup though. These teams, I don't recognize most of them, but I do know Nova Esports. I've known them for a while. Immortals and Sentinels are great teams. Team Queso is good. They just do a lot of weird stuff. T1 having a Wild Rift team, it just sounds great. I can't wait to watch that.
Mm-hmm. Especially with the infrastructure that they have, they know how to win League of Legends. There's no doubt in my mind that they know how to win this game. So that's why when I had wrote a post before for the Horizon Cup, I had TSM and KT roster really high because of the infrastructure that they have coming in from League of Legends. Bridges says it's most likely distribution allocation. If the other countries are putting up bigger numbers, they get more allocation for teams. That makes sense. So this next one is called How to Beat Players Better Than Us. This is from Jet08. It says, me and my friends joined a local tournament for Wild Rift. We are a group of diamonds. Everyone else in the tournament is a group of master challengers. We are very much aware of the skill difference between us and the opponents we are about to face. We are practicing every day to improve and narrow the gap, but we already accepted the fact it won't be enough to win. Is there something that we can do to have an even slightly better chance at winning? This one really got me. It said, well, there's one way you can win against the players better than you. I'll assume you have some days before the tournament starts. Casually get in touch with the players of the opponent's team. Ask them for a couple of PvPs or ranked if the ranks match. Chill with them and maybe learn a thing or two. Kind of become friends, exchange phone numbers, and on the day of the match, tell your brother, sister, friend to repeatedly call, message, FaceTime them during the match. They won't be able to play the game, and you will win.
That's certainly a creative solution.
How do you think you beat players better than you?
Just take it serious. From experience, all 3 of us know this because we got destroyed playing 5-man the other day. Take it seriously. Just like you're going to a tournament, you're competing against people that you know are better than you. Like take it seriously because they if they know they're better than you, chances are there's a small chance that they're not going to take it seriously because they think like, oh, this is easy. This isn't a challenge. We're way more skilled than them. And they're just going to try to chill and just play the game. And next thing you know, you guys could have a chance of winning because they get caught off guard because they're thinking about what they're going to eat after the tournament. And then next thing you know, you're stealing Elder Dragon.
Yeah, Bridges makes.
I think you actually made a really.
You go ahead. I'm going to shut up.
Oh, okay. I think you made a really good point there. I don't know the context of this tournament, but 5-man is a very different game from solo queue, duo queue, trio queue. And as you mentioned, we were playing 5-man a few days ago, and we were on our Smurfs in like Plat, and we're like Diamond Master players, and we got totally destroyed by a 5-man team who seemed like they'd been playing 5-man regularly and knew what they were doing as a team. So they were actually more skilled at 5-man than we were, even if we're perhaps better players in like the general solo queue sort of game. So I think the skill difference there may not be as large as perhaps the poster thinks, since the game is significantly different when there's 5 people with voice chat.
Yeah, absolutely. Solo queue is very different from a team environment. We found out the hard way.
There's two components to the game, and it's skill and knowledge. But from experience, I feel like knowledge trumps skill every single time, because I've seen players who aren't good at their champions, who don't have the mechanic knowledge to actually play them to their fullest, win matches and have great win rates because their macro knowledge is insane and they know how to play the game more than they know how to maneuver their champion.
At the end of the day, though, all things being equal, if they're just better players, they're going to win. So
yeah,
or they're going to win more of the time. So you just have to accept that and try to learn as much as you can from the matches.
Lucifer says master teams and Wild Rift will always get clapped by 5 challengers. That's why 5Q is broken. We were thrown up against a diamond team. I think that team was diamond at least.
If I recall, it was 4 diamond, 1 emerald.
But yeah, that Graves, man, that Graves was just Grandmaster clapping everybody that game. I'm surprised we won it. That was such a good game to win on stream. Moving on, we have, what champion did you instantly fall in love with by Siminik 5? Basically the title. I just started picking up Sett, and he's just been so much fun. His abilities feel satisfying, and even when it kills me, which is often I'm not very good, his ultimate just instantly gives me that perfect feeling of power. Even when the game is going badly, he makes me want to keep playing for one more massive haymaker. I did not play top until I picked him off free rotation. What champions did you pick up? Just know you wouldn't stop playing them. Did their theme or mechanics just mesh with you perfectly? I love Sett. I really do. That's partly why the show is named on the Sett. I don't know if I fell in love with any champion specifically. What about you guys?
For me, it wasn't until I first played Zed that I actually because before that, I would play every champion I had and just rotate but then Zed was on free rotation, for this guy with Sett, and I got autofilled top, and I decided to try Zed top. I had never played Zed before, and I lost the match. I did horrible, but just he felt amazing, and I immediately bought him. I immediately started practicing him, and I looked forward to playing the game because of Zed, and just kept on playing.
Gotcha. I couldn't play Zed. For some reason, I just cannot figure him out. I don't know if it's because I'm not mechanically good enough, but Zed does not.
Yeah. Well, it's not that he's mechanically hard. It's just that he's mechanically complicated, if that makes any sense. He's not that hard if you figure out how, because it's really mainly positioning and speed and how consistent you can make your combos. But it's not actually that hard to hit your combos. Funny story, this morning I was talking with Sid. He's new in the server right now, about Zed, and we were talking about how hard it is to carry with him, and I shared a screenshot of a match where I went 20-3 and still lost, and I was against a Fizz, which is considered by most people a Zed hard counter, and so Bucran challenged. We did a 1v1 because he said it was impossible for me to beat a Fizz as a Zed, and so he played Ziz and Fizz, and he's a Fizz main, He has like 500 matches. I only have like 70 matches on Zed, and I actually managed to beat him, and it felt great. It's those moments when you play a champion that you love to play and you do good that just feel great, that make you want to keep playing the game.
I agree. I agree with you. Moving on to the next topic, slow healing on the fountain by Confader Mix. These people just can't have normal names. Is it just me, or does the healing take too much time on the fountain? I didn't play PC League, so I can't tell if it's quicker in Wild Rift or not, but I think it's inappropriate for the mobile MOBA. I can't compare it to MLBB, and it's way longer. Do you think that it's longer? Does it feel longer to you?
I played Mobile Legends, and I will say I think it is longer in Wild Rift, but I feel like that contributes to how well the game is made, because in Mobile Legends, the game just feels sloppy. And like I can just back and have full health in like just like a second and then just walk back to lane. And the fact that I don't have to back to buy items also makes it super easy. So the game just feels too easy. Whereas Wild Rift, it takes you have to know when you can back, when you have to stay, when you should go back to refill your health bar, when you should just stay and play safe and farm minions. And so Wild Rift, I feel like it's just better made as a game because it takes strategy, it takes skill to know something as simple as recalling, and I think that just makes it more fun.
Yeah, I think Wild Rift is a much more in-depth game than Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Yeah,
As far as healing on the fountain, I don't know. I guess if you're recalling from lower HP, of course it's going to be longer, but it's more
yeah.
incentive not to be at low HP. So stop making bad mistakes, I suppose. Um, and we're on our last topic. Last
Topic.
one
Nice.
one more after this. One more.
Ah,
PSA, you get a free item. I remember this one now. This is from Department of Cynicism. PSA, you get a free item. As soon as the game starts, you get a free yellow item. If you press it, a ward pops out. This gives vision on objectives and shows enemies near. Use it for once, dang it. I agree.
yes,
And
yes.
now we're on the last topic. Big brain moves by the
use
developers.
wards. Use wards, please.
Oh crap, I just cut Archer off. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Use your wards. Does Mobile Legends Bang Bang have wards? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
It's not nearly as in depth of a game as Wild Rift
Yeah.
is. I'll say that for sure. Lucifer said I was playing MLBB for a year. I was playing hardest champs, trying ranks, but when I started Wild Rift, never playing PC, not knowing champions, I was struggling. But I grow up to a normal player level because of MLBB ARAMs. It took me a year. Yeah, no, I think it's a bit much bigger learning curve coming into Wild Rift than it is Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Even Arena of Valor feels like a little bit more of a learning curve than MLBB. Wilfred says they played Marvel Super War, and that seems like a similar comp. I cannot say that I know what that is. But now I sit in Challenger, and I'm actually proud of my progress. Man, if you made it a Challenger, congratulations. It's not hard. You won the game, man. You won the game. I mean, I say it's not hard. It's not easy. You won the game. Congratulations. So moving
What about
on.
the wards before we move on real quick?
Yeah.
I don't know how many people watch Nice. He's a coach for PC, but a lot of the stuff that he teaches is very you can pass it on a Wild Rift. But every time he has a lesson, one of the things that always happens is his students won't be warding, and he'll tell them every single time. League of Legends, PC, and Wild Rift are 90% knowledge. It's 90% information. It's knowing where your enemy is, and yeah, there's not much to say about it. It's just being able to know what your opponent is doing. It helps a lot.
Absolutely. That's why I always recommend getting some type of vision down on your early vision down on the enemy jungler.
Yeah.
Last discussion, last one, which is pretty good because we're right under an hour. So I think I did pretty solid by picking all these. 14 may be the number. It says big brain moves by the devs by Blast V or Blast 5. I really think it's smart of Riot to add Demolish, Hullbreaker, and maybe Shin to the game before 3.3 because it strengthens the Baron lane. The top lane is already an island, and when the Elemental Rift officially releases, it would be more isolated. But by adding those three, it solidifies as a top lane for concern and be of some use because dragons are going to be a priority when they release it. Bonus appreciation. It's nice to see that they're also strengthening the bot lane with ADC runes and new supports to make the dragon lane fights more exciting and even more when they release the Elemental Rift. Have you played the Elemental Rift?
Yeah, I tried the test stuff. They fixed it. They changed it to where the map changes after the first dragon, which I like a lot because it felt like the matches were going on too long, and by the time the map changed, everybody was just burnt out and wanted the match to get over. And then I have yet to see Elder Dragon. I've played Elemental Rift like 20 times now, and I have never had a match that went long enough to actually fight Elder Dragon. The
I saw
matches
Elder
are
Dragon
just way too long.
in the newer version. I played a couple matches today.
How did it go?
How did it go? We got pretty stomped both matches, but that's how norms goes sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's after 3 now. I'm not sure if they've removed Cloud yet in Elemental Rift, but it goes, you get your first 2 dragons, and then the third one is Elder Dragon. Okay. So it happens a lot quicker. And I agree with Archer. The having the map change after the first dragon is it has more effect on the game because it's towards the beginning of the game instead of at the end when the game's already over and you only get to play with that for a few minutes. But yeah, I didn't notice like a huge difference, I guess, but that was only one match.
Yeah, I haven't got to play it at all.
You would notice more of a difference.
I have not got to play it at all. Preston, what's up, man?
What's up, guys?
How's it going, buddy?
It's going good.
How's your day going? Is it fine?
Oh yeah, it's fine. Just
good.
Relaxing after work,
Good.
Nice.
What did you have in mind? What did you want to talk about tonight?
I have no idea. I was really just gonna follow the flow of conversation.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. If anybody else wants to jump in, we have room for 6 more people. I cannot post this link in the chat for some reason. The chat is not working for me. If someone in the private chat, I think Yami, if you can post that into the main chat. I don't know if you can. Might only be me.
Well, it doesn't go into the link, but goes in as copy pastable text, I think.
Insulin, check your Discord.
That's really weird. I posted it and I can't see myself in our side of the chat. That's strange.
That is weird. Uh-oh. I think Preston left. Oh no. Oh no. We got rid of Preston. We killed him. Maybe he's coming back in.
Oh, huh. I guess it doesn't let you post it.
Huh. Okay, we are all screwed up now. So we're up to 10 people now. Welcome to the show. We've actually wrapped up the point where we were doing all of the Reddit stuff, so you can always go back and check that. We're at the point now where we're just going to be taking questions from chat. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them. If you have any comments to make, feel free to drop them. Any feedback, if I'm ugly, just tell me. Preston, did you get to play Elemental Rift?
I played one game of Elemental Rift. It was different, but I didn't really see much change to it. It was cool. It was more like a novelty, I guess.
Oh, one more
Gotcha.
thing I will say about Elemental Rift is we've talked a lot about the dragons and the map changes. I think just having the objective spawn later is kind of nice because laning phase always feels like it's over in a snap.
Yeah, yeah, that's good to know. Sorry, I
Yeah.
was reading chat. The Blue Potato asked, as a coach, what do you see in differences between bronze, silver, etc., and ranked? I will say that when I started doing the VOD reviews for like the master tiers, the diamond tiers, there's a lot less mistakes made. I didn't get so angry. Um, to be honest, it's unfortunate that it happens that way. It's just there's only so much bad League of Legends you can watch, and I'm not saying that everybody that I've coached is bad. It's just there are opportunities to overcome, and we need to be happy that we have those opportunities to overcome because those are what's going to make us a better player. Um, however, oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that I think until you start to hit high platinum, low emerald, a lot of people that are still hard stuck in bronze, silver, gold, they're still not 100% mechanically on point with their champions. And I mean, even everybody makes mistakes, but you know, once you hit these higher ranks, like you know what your champion does, you know what you can do, you you have a feel for the range of your skills, and so it helps you work better so that you know now it's just your macro needs help, your lane management needs help, things like that.
I agree. And it really is just it's been nice being able to give my perspective, especially macro wise, and help people be able to see something that they didn't see before because they didn't know what they were looking at. And I'm sure if there was a challenger that coached me, I would learn something that I didn't know before either. Um, so if any challengers are in chat that wants to do some coaching, let me know. Um,
Yeah, that would make a great video.
yeah, coach gets coached. What are your thoughts about the rank inflation? Archer, what are your thoughts? Oh, I can't hear
You're
Archer.
muted, Archer.
Yeah, we actually can't hear him. By rank inflation, what exactly do they mean?
You might be talking about like the LP gain system and the way it works right now, or maybe he's talking about like these challengers who have like thousands of LP instead of, and then like the top few have an absurd amount, and then the next few are like way below them.
Archer,
But
try
I'm
leaving and come back in.
LP gains. Yeah, okay, he's talking about LP gains.
Okay.
When I smurf silver gold, the lack of vision and teamwork is wild. You know, sometimes I I don't always win when I smurf. It's bad. It's real bad.
Yeah.
Let's see
What I'll say about uh 1K match spamming at a master 47%. Yeah, I think because I like a month ago I was really interested in how the LP system worked, and so I looked into some articles and stuff, and there's nothing that's like super clear cut about how it works, and I wish it was more transparent. And I really wish we just had like a normal elo system like in chess, instead of having your rank and then your MMR as separate numbers, and you can't see your MMR. But I think, like, I understand the logic behind having a greater, like a plus 15 minus 10 system, and then it changes based on how you perform over time. But I think honestly, I'd rather just have it based on the individual matchup.
Can you
Like
hear
in
me now?
chess, you're a
Yes.
1700 rated player playing against a 1900 rated player, you're going to gain more than if you're playing against a 1500 rated player, and you're going to lose if you lose. So I
Have
think
more
it's like
spoils to
that
gain.
is going to work. I think I would prefer that system over one that has this fixed number that sort of changes ambiguously over time, especially because it's hard to see what actually is happening to that number and why it's changing.
Yeah, when it's a secret, it's not fun to know.
And then one more thing I will say on that before is I recently got into Master like a week ago, and as soon as I did, like the LP numbers were just like all over the place, and I don't understand why. They're like changing every single game, and so like everything I thought I knew about LP is out the window. Yesterday I gained 16, and then I lost 15, and then I gained 15, and then I lost 10. It's like I have no idea what's happening with it. Because before I was down to 13, 12, and then as soon as I got into Master, it just like totally flipped.
I
And
haven't
I'm
gained
doing 15
so
and
long.
losing 15, so I don't know.
I haven't not gained LP in so long. Lucifer said Darkbreaker made a video about it. I think that's what DB stands for. If you want to send me a video to go over, you can always record it and send it to kdapodcast.com. Not .com, at gmail.com. I will type that right now.
Confused Owl asking about where to play Akshan. Yeah, I've seen him in both mid and top. I think I see him in mid more often.
Yeah.
I've been seeing him in 80 carry a lot lately.
Yeah.
Remember when we got shit on by that action?
Yeah, that was the
Akshan
5
Senna.
man.
Yeah, that was the 5.
Yeah, that was me bot lane getting tower dove while you ran around up top lane and
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was getting demolished by Kennen at that time.
I think Action can work top lane. I think he's a better version of Lucian in top lane, but I could be wrong.
I think now that they're adding Giant Slayer and stuff like that, the new ruins, I think ADC top is going to be even stronger, especially with Hullbreaker. And so you can bet we're probably going to see Akshan Hullbreaker top with Giant Slayer and stuff like that.
Not gonna lie, I was smurfing and I was playing Tristana top with Hullbreaker, and it was broken. I mean, they couldn't keep up with the fact that I would just tower so quick.
You guys didn't believe me. Like a couple weeks ago, we streamed and I was like, Tristana top is broken. You're like, nah.
To be fair, you did not make it look good.
I don't know. I was having an off day or something because literally that morning I had like 4 matches in a row of just MVP Tristana top, and then we did that and it was horrible. And so,
Insulin, what's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm good.
Good. How's it going?
Oh, pretty good. I just won a ranked match as Jax. First time I played Jax in like a couple months. That sucked, but we won.
Very nice. Very nice. So yeah, what did you want to talk about tonight?
Oh shit. Well, I mean, I already messaged you earlier. I've been obsessed with Kaisa for the past few weeks, but I'm excited for the new champions. I feel like I still have some champions on my list to learn, like Akali, Aurelia, Fizz, Zed, Yasuo. Like I want to get good with all of those, but because I've just taken beatdowns from all of them, I was like, God, I need to learn how to do that to people.
Well, right now Aurelia is hyper broken, so
I ban her almost every game, especially if I'm playing mid, because I played Diana. I was like, I don't want to see Aurelia. I can handle anybody else. I don't want to see Aurelia.
It's so weird. I cannot play her. Like hyper broken.
I can't either.
Right, because I can't play her. Like
I'm
she's
terrible.
Broken for me.
She would be a lot harder to play if she was properly balanced.
Yeah.
But right now she's really, you can make a lot of mistakes and still get away with it just because her numbers are so high.
I play her in lane fine, but when it comes to actually engaging in team fights, I can't do it. I for some reason cannot do it. I think I try to play it like a tank.
Yeah, I have the same problem with Aurelia.
I'm okay at her.
But actually, this brings up a point. You mentioned you do Tristana a lot. Have you ever? One thing I've been experimenting with Tristana. I don't play a ton of Tristana, but she's mainly auto attack based, right? I mean, that's where the bulk of her power comes. But most of her abilities actually benefit, and some solely benefit, like her ult, from ability power. So I've been doing like mostly the hyper carry build with her, like just high crit, high attack damage, but then throwing in like Hextech Gunblade in there just to like boost the abilities a little bit. Have you ever? What's that?
That gives you a ton of lifesteal too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It gives you vamp. It gives you a slow, which is really nice. I love Hextech Gunblade, and I don't know if you've ever tried it out with Tristana, but it's pretty fun.
I have not. I know like Hextech, not what I'm saying. Gunblade Jax is a thing, so you can always try that.
Oh yeah, because he does benefit a little bit from AP, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The hybrid
Most
damage.
his abilities
a good point.
are, I think, it's not his jump. I think his empowered attack is AP.
Okay. Yeah, you might be right.
So,
it's been so long.
Yeah. Most people will build, like, I think people build Nash's Tooth and then go into Gunblade, and then they'll build the rest as like a standard Jax build with
Trinity, Blade
AD,
of Rune King,
Styx, stuff like that.
Yeah.
See, you guys are talking right now, and it might as well be Spanish to me because I know nothing about building champions.
Yeah,
I only dive into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time that is. I only spend the time to like really work a build once I find a champion where I'm like, okay, I love this champion. They're interesting, and like I want to figure it out. And Kai'Sa to me is one of the most interesting champions to like mess with the build on, because like,
oh yeah,
because of all the thresholds, right? It's like if you want all of her evolves, you've got to hit 70 AD, 65 attack speed, and 80 ability power. And so trying to build her without like sacrificing too much, so you do like, so that you don't just suck compared to other ADCs. I mean, I spent a few weeks just like tinkering with it, going into practice, looking at the damage and be like, okay, what's the DPS on my auto when I set it up this way? And just all this different shit. I went way too deep into it, but Kai'Sa is awesome. She's a really fun champion to work with.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I own 4 of her skins, but I can't play the champion to save my life. Lucifer.
I played Kai'Sa like for a week straight, and probably the first 2 or 3 days, I was just like, how the hell do you play this game? I can't do it. But really, she's the Diana of ADCs. Like some of her mechanics are very similar to Diana's.
Speaking of Diana, Lucifer said Diana is a good pick into Irelia if you buy Crystalline Reflector.
I saw that. I usually do Crystalline Reflector if I'm playing Diana top, but with mid, I don't buy it a lot. I probably should.
I usually buy Nash's Tooth after Rod of Ages.
Same.
But if I'm playing against like a Yasuo, Zed, or Irelia, if it's either of those 3, I'll always get Crystalline Reflector.
Get it. Yeah, no, that's smart. Yeah, Diana is a really fun champion to play. Like, she's my best mid laner for sure that I know. But the build path for her is kind of boring because she doesn't have a ton of options. Like it's you go Rod of Ages, you go Nashor's Tooth, you get your Rabadons, you can go Morellonomicon for the anti-heal or Infinity Orb, and then Void Staff is the last item. And like you look at it, it's like there's really nothing else besides, adding Banshee's Veil or Crystalline Reflector to add some like armor or some physical and magic resist. But like that's the build.
Now, if you don't want to use Rod of Ages, I hear that it's actually really good to go Lichbane as a first item.
Really?
Which I guess makes sense because she spams her abilities and she autos a lot. Like all her combos revolve around ability auto, ability auto, and just stuff like that.
Ability 3 auto, ability 3 auto.
Yeah. And so I get how Lichbane will work, but I don't know how the scaling feels on it because I've never done it before.
Yeah,
I prefer the rod scaling.
I'm sure you do prefer the rod.
As a casual Kai'Sa player who doesn't really play Kai'Sa very much anymore, my favorite Kai'Sa build is AP Kai'Sa. It's just so much fun just to snipe someone from across the map and deal 1,000 damage
Yes.
and just do it over and over. It's so much fun. It's kind of sad that it takes too long to get online.
It does. Like, I think I might have played AP Kaisa like once, or like I definitely like looked at some of the numbers and I was just like, yeah, okay, like you can get, if they're low health and you get 2 stacks of plasma on them, and then you do her Void Seeker, which is her long range snipe thing, you can get that damage like over 2,000 if they're like low health, like with just that one W hitting them. 2,000 damage. I mean, they're fucking dead.
Yeah, you kind of just turn into a Varus. You just kind of turn into a Varus at that point.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that, but that's absolutely true.
Real quick, let me cut in. Lucifer, if you screen record it and if you can send it through Google Drive to the email on the screen, that is going to be the best way to get it to me. Before we continue the conversation. So yeah, Insolent, I sent you over to the boys at Attack Baron. How did that go? Like,
oh man, I listen to that podcast whenever I get a chance. Just soak it all in. It's really good to hear. And like, I feel like slowly listening to that and like with the stuff I'm doing, I'm getting to the point where I can maybe do some like actual mathematical analysis on stuff. But again, I've said this before about like, you can look at the game and like, okay, well, what items give me the most like pure damage number? But like, you can't always go by that because there's so many additional kind of effects from the items that it's just like, well, if I have a Soraka on the enemy team, like I need to work in anti-heal on there at some point. So I've got to swap something out. You talk about Kaisa, like the important thing with her, right, is you've got to build up some plasma stacks on her so then you can use the snipe for those explosions. So like building an item with a slow in there, even though it might have you might be trading off a little bit of damage, but if you add something that has a slow in there, that might help you stack that plasma easier so you can get those executions. So it's just like, this is a really, really complicated game just to like go by the math because there are just so many variables. There's so many different matchups, situational things and strategies that you can do, which makes it fun in my mind.
Yeah,
that's why I love playing it so much.
Yeah,
I hated playing Mobile. I hated playing Mobile Legends because it got old after a couple of days. Whereas this, it's still interesting every single day.
I agree. I mean, like, I almost I took a little break from ranked. I'm back now, but I was playing like normal PvP. Just the shit that you see in normal PvP is hilarious. It's just like, okay, we've got a Ziggs support with like a Teemo ADC. It's like, sure.
That makes sense. It makes sense. It's a lot of poke, a lot of harassment.
Yes, the Ziggs did the best on the entire team. Because he just like sat back by the turret and was just throwing shit at us the whole time. Like,
Preston, have you seen anything crazy in your normal games lately, or your ranked games for that matter?
I mean, besides that that Diamond 2 Vi support, not really. That was just terrible. I don't even remember who our enemy laners were, but she would just dive into the middle of them and take all this damage. And meanwhile, I'm like, the wave is pushed all the way to our tower, and she's all the way by their tower. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
I actually saw a Lee Sin support today.
Hey, Lee Sin support's legit. Okay, he's got a slow. He's got a reposition crowd control. He's got invisibility blocker.
If you can learn to kick flash, kick flash, it's great because you can just like kick flash behind him and push him into your turret. It's so much fun to do.
That's exactly what happened to me today. Like I got a double kill, and then Lee Sin comes out of nowhere, kicks me towards the enemy turret, and I die. I'm like, you?
I actually started playing Lee Sin on a Smurf. I just made a new Smurf, and I just dedicated it to jungle because I want to learn how to play jungle. And I've been playing a lot of Lee Sin. And this game today that I played. These my two teammates were fighting a Singed, right? And he was kind of fed, and he was just spraying him with gas, and they were trying to run away, and I hopped up to him and I was trying to get past him to kick him away, but I didn't quite get it, and so I kicked him all the way across him, and his poison killed them both. I was like, oh shit.
My bad.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Singed is so fun though. I just started playing him like a week or so ago.
Yeah.
And oh my god, he's so much fun.
Yami,
He's so
what
annoying.
do you think about Lee Sin support?
I'm sorry.
I thought you were going to say something about Lee Sin support because you recommended the Ari support to me, and that went terribly wrong.
Okay, our Ari support is I don't know how Lee. I guess what does Lee Sin support even bring? I guess he's got his kick, but that's kind of it.
He just
Ari
runs.
support, you just hide in a bush. You poke them with your you poke them with your Q until you get level 2. Then you take your charm, hide in a bush, and you just sit there and charm people and just get killed in lane.
So you basically play Ari like a fucking blitzcrank.
Yeah, basically.
Exactly.
I mean,
that's exactly what Ari support is.
Basically what her charm does. And then usually I'll go like normal Ari builds for the first few items, but then the last 2 items I'll take usually Frozen Heart and Abyssal Mask.
All right.
Yeah.
Just to be a little bit supportive. And she's a carry support too. So it's kind of like a Pantheon support. It's not like classic support.
But for real though, Ziggs support's the actual thing. I've seen it before.
It can work. Ziggs
You know how I play?
Later, Lucifer. It was nice talking with you. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. We were hanging out with the devil tonight. Running with the devil.
Are we going down to Georgia later?
That's close. Let me know.
Yeah, I play Ari support in the mid lane. I support through kill suppression. That's kind of my thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's actually that good. It at least works into Emerald.
Well, I mean, freaking Nunu mid works into Emerald, so.
Well, yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Emerald
actually does.
Emerald, I feel, is like the Twilight Zone. It's like this little pocket dimension in the elos where anything works. Literally anything. You can play anything you want, and it will work in some way. It doesn't matter what it is.
Like Aurelian support Senna.
Aurelian support with Senna. Yeah, that works in Emerald really well.
It was fine until you left me.
Yeah,
I don't think you guys. I don't think you know. No, I don't think you know this story. But I had said that Aurelian support with Senna ADC was great, and so me and King tried it, and we were going great. It was amazing. We were like going to stomp this team, but then I have these 2 Pitbull German Shepherd mix dogs. One of them is like a kind of Pitbull Hound dog mix, and they're big. And my mom opened the gate, and they ran out and were running around the neighborhood. And so I had to throw my phone down and go run and catch them. And
that's what he says.
So we lost because I went AFK.
That's what he says.
That's what happened. That's what happened.
Truth is, he couldn't handle the game, so he had to make up an excuse. My dog ran away. Yeah, my dog ate my homework.
Your dog ate your homework.
I'm just glad you finally got to taste your own medicine.
That's fair. That's fair. But shit, we are going on an hour and a half. Probably should wrap it up. Is there anything anybody else wants to talk about? I think the only 5 people left are you guys on your phone and YouTube.
I have one quick question.
Yeah.
Master Yi, do you ban him anymore or no?
I still do.
Absolutely not.
Really?
Absolutely not. No.
Why?
I don't find him when they changed his clear, I felt like he was completely, because it was the fact that he could clear red buff at level 1 in like 5 seconds,
Jesus.
which is completely busted. Like
Yeah,
he could
that's-
clear through his jungle so fast and get so much gold that he just snowballed like that. Whereas now he has to get kills to snowball. He can't just
Yep.
hang out in his jungle and then wait till the first dragon fight and then pop out and get a quadra kill or a pentakill.
Yeah.
I'd say, wait, what elo are you?
No, I'm Diamond 4.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not sure. Well, in like plat and stuff, I'd probably say still ban him, just because it's much more likely that he gets fed in snowballs, and
And then it's
that his power as a champion hasn't changed at all. It's just that his ability to get fed has changed greatly by that nerf, since it reduced his clear speed tremendously, and that's why he's so broken. So now he's strong if he snowballs, and otherwise he's not very good.
Which is exactly the place he was in before.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even
Exactly.
see him much anymore. I don't see him banned. Like I don't know.
That's
Right,
because with the latest nerf, there's no need to ban him.
And get it ahead like he
Yeah.
used to.
Again, some of us are hard stuck platinum. Okay, some of us queue with a 5-man and we get shit on in platinum by diamond players that clearly have been playing this game together for a long time. So therefore, I ban Master Yi. I mean, some of us ban Master Yi. We won't name who they are, but you all know.
Yeah, Aurelia is the permaban now. Aurelia.
Gotcha.
Always ban Aurelia.
Funny
right.
enough, my permaban, like most of my matches, is either Akshan or what's their name?
Don't know.
Asol.
But yeah, it's mainly Akshan. Actually, I just don't Akshan when I play.
Yeah,
The
Passive
fact that he
is
can
very
revive a
good.
whole team is insane.
Terrible
He
game
can
design.
be nasty.
Okay.
It's not like he's broken as a champion. It's just that the passive is really stupid.
Yeah.
No, he's definitely broken.
Legitimately should not be in the game.
You know what? That's going to be my pick one to remove from the game. It's going to be action. There we go. Boom, done.
I
Solved
think they just need
everybody's
to
problems.
get rid of that passive and do something else, because you should not be able to revive your entire team.
Yeah.
Maybe
What-
make it like
what if it- Cut the cooldown in half. Not
What
the
the-
cooldown, but like the
Well, no,
death
maybe
timers.
make it like a mercy type thing from Overwatch. Like you can choose one ally to revive, but then like it goes well. Because
Like
that could be
Guardian Angel
out
a little
people,
bit.
like kind of
Thematically,
like
it needs
a
to be different,
built-in,
'cause
like a built-in Guardian Angel. Because like you can go into a fight,
Yeah.
your ADC dies, and then boom, you bring back your ADC.
Yeah.
Thematically, his whole thing though is hunting down scoundrels, which is enemies who have killed one of your teammates. So I think I don't know. They'd have to change it somehow. I'm not sure how it would still be thematic though.
I mean, I could see getting like bonus gold for doing that, but I mean, just straight up reviving one of your teammates, like I don't know. And it's also on assist too. Like that's another thing that's broken about it, is it's not just
Oh,
kills, it's
shit.
assists.
Is it? I thought it was
I
only if
believe so.
really.
Well, yeah, I thought so.
As far as I was aware, the way it worked is when an enemy kills, they get the scoundrel mark or whatever for 40 seconds.
Right.
And when Akshan kills that enemy, all the enemies they killed revive. All of your allies that they killed revive. So if your Akali gets a penta and then, or if your Akali gets a quadra kill and then gets killed by Akshan, your whole team's back up. But if your Akali only gets one of those kills, then only one person's back up.
Yep.
Well, I don't know why you're listening to me, because you know I suck at this game.
So really, the dream is for Akali to get a pentakill, and then she's at 1 HP, and Akshan ignites her, and the ignite kills her, and he revives himself and his whole team.
Yeah, there you go.
That would be insane.
I'm waiting for that clip.
That's going to be the what will we call that? The resurrection?
Yeah.
Easter
mass resurrection.
Sunday?
The resummoning.
does look a little bit like Jesus.
The Easter Wombo combo.
Yeah, something like that. But so we're coming up on an hour and a half. I am starving, and there's food in the kitchen. My wife just came back with food.
Nice. I had
so you guys ready to-
right before this.
You came prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I
dying. I didn't even bring water.
I sent a picture to the chat like pre-podcast snack, and it was a picture of me and my quesadillas.
I'm just gonna walk away and let all of you talk. So, I guess let's wrap it up there because I'm fat and I need food. The body needs sustenance. So
Yeah, if you starved him for like 2 days, he'd come back just super skinny, unrecognizable. Like he needs all those calories.
I need it. Anybody who's still here, thank you for watching. Anybody on YouTube that made it this far, thank you for watching. Insulin, thank you for joining us. Preston, thank you for joining us. Yami, thank you for joining us. Archer, I can't get rid of you, even though I've tried. So thank everybody for being here. Hopefully the stream looks good on YouTube because we are paying money for it now. So if anyone wants to donate, let me know. I'll be more than happy to let you buy me a coffee. Till then.